Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another Walnut Creek Crawdads pregame live here with Amar Khan and Olivia. Olivia, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm happy today's not above 100 degrees. It's a nice, cool, like 86, so it feels good.
Yep, beautiful 83-degree weather right now. Nice little breeze here at Monte Vista High School. First pitch at 4 p.m. between the San Francisco Seagulls and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Crawdads entering this matchup 17-7, so still first in the CCL North, despite a little bit of a mini slump last week. The Seagulls entering this game 10-13. 10-13, fourth in the CCL North, so I've definitely cooled off since the last time we have seen this team. In their last game, the Crawdads traveled over to Arnold Field in Sonoma, where they defeated the Stompers 6-4. The win helped extend the Crawdads' streak to two straight as they look to continue to build their lead for first in the CCL North standings. And the Seagulls are coming off of a loss in yesterday's game. With the loss, the Seagulls conceded the third seed to the San Luis Obispo Blues. So continuously to see them drop in the standings seems to be a trend. Tonight, the Crawdads are hoping to extend their win streak to three straight, following a little bit of a midseason funk, losing two of their last three before that game on Wednesday. With the win, the Crawdads would be 5.5 games ahead of the Stompers today for the first seed in the CCL North. So very, very crucial game as the season is coming, winding down here. Olivia, you want to take us through the last time we played the Seagulls?
Yeah, so the last time we played the Seagulls was a few weeks ago, but we've faced this team 5 times so far, and the Crawdads are up 4-1 in this series. The Crawdads lost the first matchup, which was their second game of the season, and they lost 5-4, but they took revenge on Father's Day on June 9th, winning 8-2. And then they continued to win two more times against the Seagulls with a 7-6 win on June 16th and a 10-6 win on June 20th, which is where Carson Yasa had his insane game on the mound, pitched 7 straight innings, no hits, or excuse me, no runs allowed, and it was phenomenal. And another thing that's important to note is all four of their top hitters in their lineup today have walked more than they've struck out, which is super interesting, showing that they're smart at the plate, strategic. So it's going to be interesting to see EJ McGrew handle that today.
Definitely. Now, Olivia, you got to talk to us. You were at that game yesterday where the Crawdads defeated the Stompers. Tell me, what were your takeaways from yesterday's tight win?
Yeah, it was a great game to watch, especially after the Crawdads have been in a recent slump. So it was exciting to watch them continue their win streak. You know, like you said earlier, at 2 games, a 2 game win streak. But it was fun to watch them bounce back, and they did yesterday what they failed to do recently, which is start early. Recently, they've struggled against starting pitching when they were kind of in their little skid. And in the past 2 games, they were better. They were able better to get runs off right off the start within the first few innings, which is what they did yesterday. 4 of their 6 runs yesterday came within the first 4 innings, with 2 in the third inning. And we had players like Isaiah Walker, Cole Kosciuszko, and Mark Walbert step up. Specifically, Mark Walbert had 3 runs, 2 hits, and 1 RBI. Isaiah Walker with 3 hits, and Cole Kosciuszko with 2 hits and 1 RBI. So players that might have been kind of quiet recently, stepping up and making it matter most. And then we can't skip over Chase Dabbs, who was our player of the game yesterday. He came in to relieve Carson Yasa, and he pitched his longest outing of the season with 3.2 innings, and he only allowed 4 hits and 1 run, with only 3 walks and 6 strikeouts in just 3.2 innings to close out the game as well. So his performance on the mound was phenomenal, and something that, he said he kind of had to prepare. He knew the bullpen was going to be thin coming into the game. So coming to the game, obviously very prepared. It was great to watch.
And just going off of what you said, it is very, very crucial that the Crawdads, especially today, start off early, which is, again, as you said, was a huge reason, a huge factor as why they were victorious yesterday. We noticed, especially in that game against the Merchants on Wednesday night, that went to 11 innings, the almost comeback, if you will. Again, starting the sixth inning, it seems like they go on these, these innings later on in the game, sixth, seventh inning, where they get 5, 6 runs, and then they're back into it. Well, when you look at their early win streak this season, which was 7 games, the key to their wins was really getting on getting runs early, first inning, second inning, third inning. And it doesn't mean they have to get a bunch all in one inning, but it's more spread out, so they don't have to come back from a huge deficit, which they were able to do yesterday. Now, Olivia, take us through today's lineup for the Walnut Creek Crawdads.
So the lineup today is going to be pretty similar to what we saw yesterday, with a few changes, which we'll go over in a little bit. But in the first slot, we have Mark Walbert at right field, and then batting second, we have Casey Cummings at center field, Cole Kosciuszko at third base, or excuse me, first base, batting third, Isaiah Walker batting fourth at third base, Aiden Camberg in left field, Xavier Rios in the designated hitter spot today, Royo back at shortstop, Nikhil Beasley catching, and in that ninth slot, Nico DeFazio, who will be at second base today. So obviously, something that's kind of sticking out, no Cam Calvillo again today. In yesterday's game, he left in the second inning due to a prior injury to the hand. So taking another day to make sure that he's back up to sorts, making sure he's prepared for that All-Star game and more important games coming later on. So for me, that's kind of the biggest thing that sticks out in this lineup today. But what about you?
I think Nico DeFazio being at second base, we saw against the Merchants last Sunday specifically, he really struggled at that shortstop position. So I think having him at the second base, especially after what happened on Wednesday when they subbed Azpilicueta in for him at third base, you kind of saw, them having issues that infield. So I think having him on a base, whether second or third, it's not only interesting to me and sticks out, but I think is also crucial in today's game plan against a team that, as you mentioned, is really smart at the plate in the Seagulls. All right, and then you want to tell us who's going to be on the mound for both teams today?
Sure. So, as I mentioned earlier, today's starting pitcher for the Crawdads is going to be E.J. McGrew, who's 6'2", 230 pounds, and he's a sophomore currently attending Willamette University. His stats, he has 6 appearances on the summer with a 3.2 ERA and just over 23 innings pitched. He's had 6 strikeouts on the season to only 7 walks, and his last appearance was on July 6th, where he was credited with the win, which was a 9-8 victory over the Merchants, in which he pitched 3 innings, had 4 strikeouts, and only allowed 1 run. So again, a very solid performance from EJ. And again, we're gonna have to watch him play smart today on the mound and see how the batters react to them. And then for the Merchants, we have Angel Acosta starting on the mound. He is a 6'4", 170-pound righty, currently in the transfer portal, and he is last in the batting order. He has had 5 appearances, one of those games, which was against the Crawdads, on June 27th with 5 innings pitched and only allowing 7 runs, but had 9 hits and had a nasty 6 ERA, 6.00 ERA to be exact. His season stats, he has a 1-3 record, a 5.25 ERA, and 19 strikeouts in 24 innings pitched.
So based on what you just said, I think this is a perfect game for the Crawdads to get those bats, to keep those bats hot, keep attacking, getting on that, getting early runs. I think this is kind of a match made in heaven for the Crawdads after really a tough battle with the Merchants their last several games. Well, Olivia, any last minute thoughts before we sign out here?
Just that I hope the Crawdads look to continue their win streak. You know, they played phenomenal yesterday, and again, we always talk about kind of the energy on the bench, both on and off the field, and they bought it yesterday, so I'm hoping that it can bleed into today.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another Walnut Creek's Crawdads live pregame with Olivia and I. Thank you so much. We'll have Carson Austin on the broadcast, and go Dads.
With a 4.5 game lead in the division, the Crawdads are looking to make it 3 straight wins after a convincing one in Sonoma last night. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the sunny confines of Monte Vista High School. It's the Crawdads. It's the Creek Crawdads streaming network. Crawdads coming into today 17-8. On the other end, the Seagulls 10-13. Crawdads with EJ McGrew on the hill. Seagulls going to roll out a lineup that looks like this. Josh Hansen's going to lead off. He's in right. Isaiah Landry's in left. Ryan Lordier bats third, plays first. Andrew Tinsley in the cleanup spot. He's out in center field. Crawdad killer Ethan Roan is the DH. Jake Barbour plays second base. Nav Sundar is at third base. Kai Holmes at short. Shane Stanley rounds it out for the Seagulls. He does the catching out of the number 9 spot. On the hill for the Crawdads is the lefty, EJ McGrew.
EJ's been fun this year. 3-1, a 3.42 ERA. Hasn't been as great as of late as the start of his season when he went 12 innings of just 1 run ball in his first 3 games. But again, the overall numbers are good. 16 strikeouts and 7 walks. Going to feature a fastball. We've seen up to 92. The changeup is the butter pitch, and we've seen a good slider worked in there as well.
So Josh Hansen's going to step up into the right-handed batter's box. We're just about ready for first pitch. Crawdads white pants, a black pinstripe down the leg. Craw across the chest and block lettering in red. Seagulls blue tops, white pants with Seagulls in script across the chest. McGrew on the top of the hill. We're just about ready. A deep breath before the first pitch. And a swing and a miss. We are underway. 4:07 first pitch time, 83 degrees and sunny. First pitch temperature. Your first pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy. Trying to hang on to the Old Town vibe since the early 1900s. The 0-1 hit softly on the ground right side. DeFazio gloves to his left. Throws on the run in time to get Josh Hansen for the first out here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the 9 behind the starter, EJ McGrew. Start with the outfield. Left to right, Camberg, Cummings, Wolbert. Infield, third to first, Walker, Royo, DeFazio, Kosciuszko with Beasley doing the catching for EJ McGrew. The ground out brings up Isaiah Landry, right-handed batter, waiting for the first pitch. McGrew fires, fastball on the corner, and a called strike, 0-1. 293, no homers, an RBI for Landry. But the on-base percentage nearing 500 at 463. 0-1 is taken for a strike, dropped by Beasley, but it's 0-2.
Love it. In and out to both of the first 2 batters. Got a rollover on the first one, gets called strike 2 on the second one. Now can use the changeup, his best pitch, especially to righties, try to get a chase. Good start so far for EJ.
From the first base side of the rubber, kicks and fires, 0-2 pitch, screaming line drive, but right at Ben Royo. Bends down, almost catches it like a catcher, and there's quickly 2 gone in the first for EJ McGrew.
Love it. Keep it like that. And that's what we've seen a lot from EJ so far this summer is a couple quick outs, a couple really good innings. Usually he's solid through 3, and then the third time through the lineup, he struggled. It would be great to see him give a little length to this Crawdads bullpen. It's pretty light right now.
Here's Ryan Lordier, only batter in this Seagulls lineup, hitting above 300. Comes in today, 311. No homers, 15 runs batted in, and swings through a slider down below the zone. Count goes to 0-1. 3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes for the southpaw McGrew. 0-1 on the way. Fastball on a very late swing from Lordier. Just able to get a piece and scream it the other way. It's 0-2. No score, top of the first inning here at Monte Vista High School. Wind blowing in from center field, but overall a beautiful day as the 0-2 pitch again lined the opposite direction. A foul ball.
Super strong right-handed hitter. Goes the other way a lot. Probably the most talented hitter on this team.
0-2. Slider rolled softly on the ground. Shortstop Royo's going to charge, throw to first on the run. A little low and not in time. Dug out by Kosciuszko, but Lordier was hustling the whole way and legs out the infield single.
Really tough. Lordier, not the biggest guy, and so he runs pretty well. Roy was able to charge, soft ground ball. Made a nice play and a good dig by Kosciuszko. But an infield single, and the first base runner, we're going to see McGrew out of the stretch.
To bring up Andrew Tinsley, Seagull center fielder. 288, a homer, 7 runs batted in for the right-handed batter. McGrew still working from the first base side of the rubber, comes home, and this one's hit into center field pretty deep, but looks like Casey Cummings has a beat on it. He does. Was back, then came in a couple of steps to make the catch and end the inning. 4 batters in the first for EJ McGrew, but relatively quick work of the Seagulls. They don't score. We'll go to the home half with the Crawdads coming up here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. After the Seagulls strand a 2-out single on first base goes scoreless, the Crawdads are coming up for their first cuts. Let's take a look at the CCL North's leader and their lineup. It looks like this. Mark Wolbert's in right, leading it off. Casey Cummings bats second. He's in center. Cole Kosciuszko bats third, plays first. Isaiah Walker at the hot corner, cleaning it up. Aiden Camberg's out and left after a day off. Xavier Rios does the DHing. Van Royo's at short. Nikhil Beasley does the catching with Nico DeFazio playing second base. That's the 9 for the Crawdads, going up against the righty, Angel Acosta.
Second time the Crawdads are seeing Acosta this summer. 1-3, a 5.25 ERA, 24 innings, 19 strikeouts, 17 walks. Last time against the Crawdads wasn't great. 5 innings, 7 runs, 4 earned, 9 hits, 4 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Wolbert into the left-hand batter's box. First pitch from Acosta, misses down and out. 1-0 on Wolbert. Comes in hitting .333, couple of homers, 10 runs batted in. A good day at the plate yesterday. 1-0 from Acosta is reached for and fouled off down the left field line. Count will go to 1-1. Wolbert was 2 for 4, scored 3 runs, stole a bag, hit a solo home run to start the ballgame. And a 2-0 count off of the Stompers starter Tyler Looney. Went the opposite direction. 1-1 from Acosta. Off-speed pitch that catches the corner. Called a strike. It's 1-2. It's a 3-man crew today. Eric Thompson behind home plate. Matt Boulis at first. And Mark Trussell at third.
New name.
Yeah. Welcome to the CCL North, Mark Trussell.
Hope you like it.
1-2 to Wolbert. Curveball just off the outside. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And we heard Eric Thompson before the game. He said, you guys better be swinging it today because I'm going to be calling strikes. And you know what? We love that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Acosta from the windup. Pitch home is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Shane Stanley. And the count goes full to the Crawdad leadoff hitter.
Acosta's been better with the walk of late. Had 15 through his first 3 outings, just 2 over his last 11 innings. Always good to see a guy lock in like that.
Payoff pitch to Mark Wolbert. Left-hand batter spoils a fastball at the top of the zone. Able to stay alive. He'll see another. Mark has struggled against this Seagulls team. Is 2 for 11. Only played a couple of games, a late addition for the Crawdads as the payoff. Misses inside. A leadoff walk for Mark Wolbert.
Love it. Really good at bat, and what we saw in that at bat that he's been doing really well is going the other way. Even if it's just fouling pitches off, he's still taking it the other way. You like the approach. He tosses the bat to Casey Cummings, looking to get it going.
Casey got the day off yesterday. It was a needed one. He is 0 for his last 15 with 7 strikeouts. Comes into today 209, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. Crawdad center fielder and right-hand batter with an open stance. Wolbert takes off, pitches hit on the ground through the vacated right side of the infield, a base hit. Wolbert's not going to stop. He's into third. A single for Casey Cummings breaks the 0 for 15.
And maybe that's all he needed. A little hit and run with the runner going. Like you said, vacated the right side of the infield, knocked it there, was not hit hard, but a knock is a knock. Casey Cummings needed a knock.
Similar start to yesterday. Crawdads had the first 3 men reach base in yesterday's game. They've had the first 2 reach here in today's. And now with runners on the corners, nobody out scoreless ball game, they'll have Cole Kosciuszko. 330 average, 6 homers, 34 runs batted in. Casey's going to take off for second. First pitch misses down low. Stanley fakes the throw to second, and Casey's in to second with a stolen bag. So now runners on second and third, nobody out for the CCL leader in RBIs. It was 2 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in. 1-0 pitch. Tapped foul into the Crawdad dugout. Count will even at 1-1.
Looks like he went to a changeup, and they're actually saying it's 0-2. So they call the first pitch a strike. But either way, okay, 2-strike hole. Got a battle. Kosciuszko has been good at that.
Chokes up on the bat in an 0-2 hole. The pitch home, curveball taken, strike 3. Kosciuszko couldn't believe it. Looked to be pretty well located from Angel Acosta. First strikeout, first out. Here's the San Francisco Seagulls defense. Isaiah Landry, Andrew Tinsley, Josh Hansen, outfield left to right, infield third to first. Nav Sundar, Kai Holm, Jake Barbour, Ryan Lourdier with Shane Stanley doing the catching. After the strikeout, it'll bring up Isaiah Walker. Walker, right-hand batter, ready. Acosta working from the stretch with 1 out. An off-speed pitch misses down below the zone, blocked by Shane Stanley, and keeps Wolbert on third base.
And quickly, as Kosciuszko's starting to slow down a little bit with the bat and Walker starting to heat up, the RBI total is jumping up for Walker as well. He's getting closer to that first place ranking.
327, a homer, and 22 runs batted in. He's got a pretty good hitting streak going as well. And a 1-0 count with Acosta. Fastball misses down below the zone, so now 2 balls, no strikes on the Crawdad third baseman. Walker 6 for his last 10. He's hit in each of his last 12 games. Be a good spot for a base knock here. Runners on third and second, just 1 out. 2-0 pitch. Big curveball and a called strike to make it 2-1. Walker yesterday a 3 for 5 day. On the summer, 3 for 8 against the Seagulls. 2 balls, a strike, 1 out. Acosta from the stretch. Pitch home to Walker. Another curveball and a good swing from Isaiah Walker. Just got a little bit under it, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, don't leave him that one again. Ball up, elevated. That's a ball we've seen Walker go left center with a lot recently, especially when it's not going to overpower him. He's shown a little more power, I think, to the pull side than at least I expected. I thought a lot of his power was going to be coming from the other way, but he's been really good driving the ball to the gaps recently.
2 balls, 2 strikes, pitch home. Another curveball bounced back up the middle. Kai Holm ranges a few steps to his left, only plays to first. He throws there in time to retire Isaiah Walker, but Mark Wolbert comes home to score with Casey Cummings moving up to third, and the Crawdads lead 1-0 here in the first.
Productive at bat. You take that every single time. Does the job, and that's something that Kosciuszko couldn't do. Walker does it. Love it.
So 6-3 on the ground out. Credit an RBI to Isaiah Walker. Here's Aiden Camberg. Camberg, after an off day, will swing at the first pitch he sees, skies it into deep right field. Hansen going back, still drifting back into the gap, but he makes the catch just shy of the track. A walk, a hit, a run scored, a man left on for the Crawdads in the first. We've played 1-0. Dad's lead here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. 1-0 through 1 here at Monte Vista High School. Ethan Rohn, Jake Barbour, Nav Sundar for the Seagulls. Still E.J. McGrew, a quick and easy first inning for the Southpaw. Takes a deep breath before the first pitch of the inning, and fastball is grounded softly to the shortstop. It's Royo. His throw across is a little wide, but pulled in by Kosciuszko. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second.
More importantly than that, 11 pitches, 11 strikes. That sounds good.
I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, especially, I mean, I'll love to Carson Yasa, but especially after yesterday when Carson Yasa walked 7 guys, it's a nice change of pace.
Here's Jake Barbour, second baseman for the Seagulls, left-handed batter. First pitch from McGrew and another strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, one of the most interesting stat lines maybe of all time for Carson Yasa yesterday, as the 0-1 is grounded softly right side. A couple of hops for the first baseman Kosciuszko, but he'll field it in foul ground, and the count goes to 0-2. 5 1/3, just 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. Started the 6th inning with 101 pitches. Haven't gotten the chance to talk to him about that yet, but we were talking about it a little bit on the broadcast yesterday. I'm nearly certain that that is 100% okay with him.
Yeah, his decision. He probably pushed for it.
0-2 pitch. Slider taken, strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout of Jake Barbour. E.J. McGrew has his first and the second out here in the second inning.
Uno dos adios. Goes fastball, fastball, and then backs him up with a slider. Really, really nice sequencing from McGrew there.
And on 4 pitches has 2 outs here in the second inning. Now Nav Sundar, Seagull third baseman. 220, no homers, 7 runs batted in. Takes some time getting into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from McGrew, hit on the ground softly to second. DeFazio gobbles, goes to first in time, and a 1-2-3 second inning on just 5 pitches for E.J. McGrew. 1-0, Crawdads coming to bat. Crawdads leading 1-0 as they come to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Xavier Rios, Ben Royo, and Nikhil Beasley still the starter on the hill. Angel Acosta, first pitch, skied into center field, not deep. Tinsley comes in a couple of steps, stares into the overcast sky, and makes the catch for the first out here in the second inning. Well, how about that? A lot of quick outs in this ball game. On the other end, E.J. McGrew has thrown 15 pitches, 15 strikes, and just worked a 1-2-3 top of the second inning, including a strikeout. Here's Ben Royo, Crawdad shortstop. Twirls the bat in his left hand and is waiting for the first pitch. Swings right through it. It's 0-1. 269, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in for Ben Royo, who made his return to the creek yesterday. Against Sonoma, went 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Overall, I'd say a pretty solid day for Ben Royo, who had taken about a week off with some family stuff, had a wedding, and also committed to Texas A&M. Righty-righty matchup in an 0-1 count with 1 out, top of the second inning. Acosta comes home, and the fastball misses high, 1-1. Royo has been good. He's riding an 8-game hitting streak, 4 of which have been multi-hit games. 1-1 pitch. Acosta comes home. Fastball's crushed. Left center field pretty deep. Tinsley's going back in front of the track, makes the catch on the run for the second out, but Ben Royo gave it a good ride.
Yeah, crushed it. I think if that ball was hit yesterday, it leaves the yard. The ball just kind of died here.
Wind is blowing in from center field at about 10 miles an hour, and maybe the difference in extra bases, even a homer for Ben Royo. Now Nikhil Beasley, who's doing the catching for the Crawdads today, batting out of the number 8 spot in the lineup. 233, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. First pitch from Acosta, fastball outside corner, but called a ball, 1-0. Beasley, along with Xavier Rios, even Owen Firestone, the 3 catchers, has started to get it going. It's taken some time, but starting to get into a groove late into the summer as he lines this one into left center field. Tinsley going back. He's not going to get it. It one-hops the wall in left center field. Beasley's headed for second. He'll have it standing in a 2-out double.
Stay hot, Crawdads catchers. Smoked that ball. Maybe the hardest hit ball of the year for Nikhil Beasley. Went left center, and I think the difference between the ball Royo hit and the ball Beasley hit was Royo's was kind of a big towering drive. Beasley's true line drive double, and that's really good to see.
97 off the bat for Nikhil Beasley. Has him extra bases, his 3rd double of the year now. Number 9 man Nico DeFazio. Playing second base for just the 2nd time all summer for the Crawdads. Acosta from the stretch. First pitch curveball misses just below the knees. Looked like a pretty good spot and pretty good frame by the catcher Shane Stanley, but it misses a little low, 1-0. 277, a homer, 7 runs batted in for Nico. Saw him yesterday, came in originally defensively for Cam Calvillo, who's struggling with a wrist problem right now as the 1-0 misses outside 2-0. And more so precautionary yesterday, just giving him the day off today. A couple of games ago, got hit in the wrist that got hit in last year.
Yeah, he
end
said,
of the season.
Right, he said, I've broken this hand twice. There's no reason to play around with it more.
2-0 to DeFazio. Pitch is called a strike, another curveball, and this one at the corner.
Back to the point about Beasley, 97. The double that he hit off the wall a couple weeks ago, that was 87 off the bat. So that ball was tagged.
Crawdads leading 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Trying to get something going here with 2 outs after the Nikhil Beasley double. 2-1 to DeFazio, pulled on the ground and under the legs of head coach Brant Cummings down at third. Can't go to 2-2.
Can't tell if it got him or not.
He's never going to let you know.
No, never. We'll ask him about it, and he'll say he doesn't even know what we're talking about.
He's telling Eric Thompson, the home plate umpire, that just went right under. Right through. He's good. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. DeFazio readjusts and climbs back into the right-handed batter's box. Infield, outfield, pretty much straight up. Center fielder Tinsley shifted a little towards left center. 2-2 to DeFazio. Taken. They'll appeal and no go, says Matt Boulis over at first. Count runs full on the number 9 man.
So it's Eric Thompson behind the plate, Matt Bullis at first. Who's at third?
It is Mark Trussell.
Trussell. Sure.
Top of the order, Mark Wolbert waits on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stanley sets up on the outside. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Went to the curveball below the zone to get him. Second strikeout for Angel Acosta, and the Crawdads can't do anything with the 2-out Nikhil Beasley double. We've played 2-1-0. Crawdads lead on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Top of the third, Kai Holmes, Shane Stanley, Josh Hansen, still with lefty E.J. McGrew, and the first pitch of the inning is the first ball of the game for E.J. McGrew. Through 2 innings, 15 pitches, 15 strikes, the streak ends. 1-0 is a swing and a miss, 1-1. Issued a 1-2-3 second inning on 5 pitches, including a strikeout.
The strikeout is crazy. Good for EJ.
1-1. Fastball hit pretty well to right field. Wolbert was playing shallow. He'll have to go back, straight back on the run, makes the catch, reaches up straight over his head for the first out in the third.
We've talked about this a good amount this summer, but Mark Wolbert was tabbed by defensive runs saved, so do what you will with that, but by Division I baseball defensive runs saved is a really poor defensive outfielder this year. We have not seen that at all. He's been great out in right field for us. Maybe there's a difference between playing center and right at the Division I level. Did Casey just turn on the camera?
Yeah. First pitch to the catcher, Shane Stanley, misses outside 1-0. I kind of saw it right in the middle of you talking about Mark Wolbert, and I saw him go over there. I was looking for him. I was about to talk about him as the 1-0's hit on a line over the glove of Ben Royo, actually off the glove of Ben Royo. Made a pretty nice attempt to get up and knock it down, but it'll be an infield single for Shane Stanley.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So what?
Second hit of the day for the Seagulls. This one brings up the top of the order, Josh Hansen, who grounded out to second base on the second pitch he saw to start the ball game. Yeah, we're talking about Wolbert and how he's looked really good defensively. Casey Cummings, so good out in center, he almost makes everyone play better around him. As the first pitch to Hansen is called a strike at the corner, it's 0-1. But Wolbert has made multiple really, really nice plays in the outfield. He's also been able to showcase the arm as the 0-1 is hit towards him. To right field, it's going to be over his head and roll up against the wall. Heading for third is Stanley, and to second is Hansen with a 1-out double.
The ball looks kind of weird today. Like it looks like it's starting where it's not flying and then kind of just ends up having a little giddy up on it at the end. And I think that's what happened to Wolbert because he started drifting back, and then all of a sudden you could almost hear him say, "Oh no," and turn around and have to run, and then died on the warning track. But some adversity for EJ to work with.
Wolbert was also playing in a little bit there. Had to go back, probably, even if he was in his normal position, wasn't going to have a chance at it. Now at the tying run, 90 feet away, number 2 man, Isaiah Landry, right-handed batter, takes a strike, a fastball in the corner. It's 0-1. 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Runners on second and third. Crawdads leading 1-0, but the Seagulls, of course, threatening. 0-1. Curveball and a good pitch called a strike. It's 0-2. Landry lined out sharply to Ben Royo at shortstop in the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield is back for the Dads as the 0-2 is hit on the ground left side. Royo ranges to his right. Deep throw in the hole is not in time, and a run will score on the third hit of the inning for the Seagulls.
EJ was cruising through his first 2 1/3 innings, and then single that was off the glove of Royo, double that was hit hard enough, and then a single, just a ground ball to the left side with Royo playing back, and tough breaks for the Crawdads.
Now Ryan Lordier with runners on the corners, 1 out. McGrew a deep breath before his first pitch to him, and it misses below the zone, 1-0. Lordier had the first hit off of E.J. McGrew. That was back in the first inning. McGrew's going to throw over. Had Landry leaning towards second base, but he's able to dive back into first ahead of the throw. Seagulls looking to bounce back after a loss to, it was the 1-0 pitch hit back up the middle. Royo's going to have one play. It's to first. He's able to retire Lordier. A run will score. Seagulls take the lead. But San Francisco trying to bounce back after a tough loss to Alameda yesterday. Alameda's been playing some good ball.
Yeah, that one went into extra innings. And Alameda, it was Shane Aldridge came in with the bases loaded and 1 out yesterday in the 10th and was able to get out of it. It's just kind of unbelievable baseball that Alameda's been playing recently.
Andrew Tinsley, center fielder for the Seagulls, will take a first pitch that misses a little bit low, 1-0. Seagulls leading now 2-0 here in the top of the third after E.J. McGrew was, well, dominant in the first 2 innings. 1-0 pitch. Curveball, line drive, back up the middle. One hop past Ben Royo into center field, a base hit. Casey Cummings, here comes the throw from center field. It won't be in time. Throw goes to second, and not in time there. It's a double for Andrew Tinsley as another run comes home to score. 3-1 Seagulls lead.
And they're just hitting the baseball hard now. A couple soft hit balls, but now, you know, the double by Hanson, the single by Tinsley, really hard hit. And not great to see from EJ, who needs to give the Crawdads some length today.
Saw it, Crawdads bullpen kind of stretched thin, only used 2 guys yesterday, Yasa and Dabbs. Today, only 2 other guys on the hot list. So trying to get through this 6 games in 6 days streak as the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Ethan Roan misses outside. Roan grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the second. A ball, no strikes, 2 outs. McGrew high leg kick and a fastball misses well outside. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, we know Drew Aguiar is available today, and he can likely give the Crawdads some innings. Nick Bronzini can give 3 or 4 innings.
Small leadoff second for Tinsley as the pitch is swung on and missed. 2-1.
But long innings don't help anyone. EJ's got to really buckle down. He was so good through the first 2 innings. Didn't throw a ball through the first 2 innings.
2-1. McGrew taking his time on the mound, comes home, misses inside. 3 balls and a strike now.
And the pitch count is still relatively, really low. 33 pitches now, 7 of them balls. Like, that's not bad whatsoever. Just starting to leave the ball in the middle of the zone. And again, the second time through the order has always been the struggle spot for EJ.
He's had to throw 18 here in this 3rd inning alone as the 3-1 misses inside. That's ball 4. Seagulls going to have runners on first and second, 2 outs with Jake Barbour.
And it looked like he just snapped down on that one a little too much. Fell off towards the third base side of the mound. And it's going to call for a meeting with Nikhil Beasley.
Beasley and McGrew going to talk. This inning started with an out on 3 pitches. Kai Holm flew out to right. Shane Stanley would single. Josh Hansen would double. Isaiah Landry singled. A ground out of Ryan Lordier. Andrew Tinsley double. Then the walk to Ethan Roan. 3 runs home in the inning on 4 hits, now a walk. 5 hits in total for the Seagulls as they look to continue to add on. 8th man to hit in the inning for the Gulls. It's Jake Barbour, left-handed hitter. First pitch swinging and a high chopper back towards the mound. McGrew waits for it to come down, spins, throws to first, and ends the inning. 3 runs on a couple of doubles, a couple of singles, 4 hits in total, and the Seagulls stomp in front 3-1. Crawdads coming up in the bottom half of the inning. Angel Acosta will be back out for his third inning of work. Will now face the top of the order for the second time. Wolbert, Cummings, Kosciuszko. Wolbert from the left-handed side will swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. 3-1 Seagulls leading here in the bottom of the third inning. 3 runs on 4 hits in the top half of the inning for the Seagulls. A couple of doubles after E.J. McGrew is really cruising through the first 2 1/3 innings of the game as the 0-1 misses high and away, 1-1. McGrew just 15 pitches in the first 2 innings. Got a quick out of Kai Holm to start the third, but all kind of went downhill from there as the 1-1 to Wolbert skies it into left field. Landry over in towards the line on the run, makes the catch and foul ground. Wolbert is retired for the first out here in the third. It'll bring up Casey Cummings, who broke up an 0 for 15 streak back in the first. A bouncing ball single through the right side with Wolbert in motion. Acosta working from the windup, nobody on and 1 out. First pitch misses in the dirt, blocked by Stanley, 1-0 the count.
For a guy in Acosta that averages almost a walk an inning, the Crawdads need to start taking advantage of that, working some deeper counts.
Acosta just a little over 30 pitches, so pitch count's still in a pretty good spot. It's only allowed 2 base hits to this point. 1-0 to Casey, misses a little bit high, 2-0. The single to Casey, of course, then the 2-out double for Nikhil Beasley. Beasley was unable to score after DeFazio would strike out. 2-0. Casey skies it down the right field line, pretty deep, carrying well, but slicing and well foul into the softball field. 2-1.
And we've said this for years now. When Casey Cummings is at his best, he's going the other way, taking fastballs the opposite side. There's a big gap in right center field. The center fielder, Tinsley, is, almost 20 feet to the left of the second base bag.
2-1. Curveball called a strike. 2-2. Stanley kind of dropped the glove down to the dirt. Looked like it was lower than it was. Trackman has it right on the corner, and a pretty good pitch from Angel Acosta. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes home. Another curveball. This one in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't see a ton of guys, especially from the right side, with true 12-6 curveballs, but this is a real big dropping breaker. I'm a fan.
Also has the slider, doesn't throw it as much. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup for the right-hander Acosta. Kicks and fires to the payoff to Casey Cummings, and a swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball down below the zone. Second out here in the third is the 3rd strikeout for Acosta.
He's been really good, much more in control than the last time these 2 teams played, and a big reason for that is cutting down on the walk. He had a walk to Wolbert to lead off the game, but since then, soft contact. The second inning was really the inning for the Crawdads to try to attack, but a couple hard lineouts to center field, and a 2-out double was followed by a strikeout.
Cole Kosciuszko grounds the first pitch he sees to the right side. Ryan Lordier, first baseman, has it, will race Kosciuszko to the bag, apply the tag himself, and end the inning. Crawdads go 1-2-3 in the home half of the third inning. They trail 3-1 as we go to the fourth, where Austin Oda is going to take us through the 7th on the play-by-play.
Top of the 4th inning, E.J. McGrew back onto the bump for his 4th inning of work. Struggled back in the 3rd, gave up 4 hits, 2 of them doubles, but was able to strand 2 base runners and now has 7, 8, 9. Nav Sundar, Kai Holm, Shane Stanley due up. The Crawdads Trailing 3-1 here in the fourth. McGrew, the lefty, against Sundar, the righty. The first pitch he throws is a fastball. Called a little up, maybe a little away as well. A ball and no strikes. 15 pitches into the game, E.J. McGrew had not thrown a single ball. It's struggled a little bit since then. The 1-0 is hit high and deep left center field, a towering fly ball. Cummings, though, has a beat on it. The center fielder back in front of the warning track makes the catch for out number 1. If anything, I think the launch angle on that one from Sundar was just a little too high. A big fly ball. And E.J. McGrew will take out number 1. He's not super happy about it. Kind of throws the ball into his glove in frustration. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Kai Holm, the shortstop. Holm led off the third inning with a fly out to right field. 0 for 1. First pitch, a fastball, misses up and out, 1-0. McGrew looking to complete 4 innings, as he's done just about every time he's gone out there. 1-0, misses down low, 2-0. And really with E.J. McGrew, it's been one big inning, the story of the summer. Usually it's the fourth inning. Today it was the third. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball to third. Backing up on it to go to a backhand is Walker. Pumps, throws to first in time to beat Holm by a step and a half for out number 2. So much smoother sailing here in the third than, or in the fourth, I should say, than back in the second. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Shane Stanley. Stanley, the catcher, 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch, changeup misses off the outside, 1-0. Crawdads trail by 2 here in the fourth. E.J. McGrew, the opening day starter, delivers a slider that bends to the inside, and it's 1-1. A ball, a strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Stanley flies it right side. Wilbert towards the line and back over his left shoulder. Retreats, makes the catch in front of the wall for the 3rd out, and then Spider-Man's up to the sidewall to end the inning. 1-2-3 go. The Seagulls will head to the bottom of the 4th. Crawdads trying to strike back. Bottom half of the 4th inning, the Crawdads trail by 2 with 4, 5, 6. Walker, Camberg, and Rios do in the lineup. Against the righty, Angel Acosta, who's been really good through his 3 innings. First pitch is a slider that misses below the strike zone, 1-0.
Yeah, well, you said it. He's been good, but he's been good with multiple pitches. Fastball, he's painting out on the corner. Slider, curveball, both have been good. He's gotten some swings and misses.
1-0 fastball, down low, 2 balls and no strikes.
No, the 3 strikeouts isn't mind-blowing stuff, but he's getting the swings and misses. He's getting himself the 2 strike counts, and he's getting weak contact.
And you go back to the first inning when the Crawdads have runners on the corners and 1 out, only able to score 1. That's tough as Walker nubs the 2-0 foul off to the right, 2-1. 3-1 Crawdads trail here in the bottom of the 4th inning from Monte Vista. Home. I mean, we've been here every day for the last 2 summers. I've been here every day for the last 3 summers. 2 balls and a strike. Acosta to the plate. Fastball, down and out, 3-1.
It's not a bad place to call home.
No. You know, I think there's some times when we're like, oh, it's a high school field. It is pretty homey as Walker flies this one right center and deep. Shooting back is the center fielder Tinsley. He looks up. It is gone. A right center field bomb for Isaiah Walker. His 2nd of the year, and the Crawdads cut it closer. It's 3-2.
98 off the bat. Right center field with the wind blowing in. Yeah, that's a good swing.
Stay hot, Isaiah Walker. Just got all of that baseball. And we were talking about how his power goes the other way. And, yeah, there it is right there. Here's Aiden Camberg, who gave a ball a ride his first at-bat. Tries to match, but pops this one foul off to the left. Sundar, the third baseman, gives it a look in foul territory. Watches it past the fence, 0-1. 3-2. The Crawdads trailing now by just 1 here in the 4th. Isaiah Walker, now a 13-game hit streak. 7 for his last 12 with 2 home runs.
It's a good way to extend it right there.
No balls and a strike to Camberg, left-handed hitter. 0-1. Misses down and in, 1-1. It looks like Camberg's starting his hands a little higher. He was usually sitting the bat on his shoulder now. They're about 2 inches above it. 1-1. Camberg skies it back behind home plate. That'll go foul over our heads. Maybe right on our heads. Let's hear it.
Nah, it's deep.
Deep?
Yeah, pretty deep.
1-2.
Ryan Delaney will be getting that one in a minute.
Camberg good with 2 strikes. Takes a ton of walks, but hasn't been doing so recently. The 1-2. Camberg lines it to the right side. That'll hook foul. No. Yes, hook.
Hook, yes.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it right yesterday, too.
I did.
You're
No,
hot.
I'm 2 for my last 2.
And you were not happy yesterday.
Call me Isaiah Walker. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Acosta looks in from the windup, plants and fires. Camberg takes. Oh, they're going to say he swung at that one?
That is not even close.
Okay.
Aiden Camberg just got the bat taken out of his hand. That was brutal. Barely got the bat off his shoulder. Brutal.
And you could hear him say, at least check it. He knows check it's well.
He does. Very well.
Here's Xavier Rios, who hit a ball well to center field his first at bat. First pitch. Rios swings and misses. Fastball down the middle. Challenged him. And Acosta won. Looked like had some ride on it from Acosta. One of his faster pitches of the day, maybe. Pitch misses down and away. 1-1.
Yeah, I've seen him about 84 to 86. Fastball to Rios was 85.
So maybe not.
It's firm.
Yeah. Definitely looks a little faster than the 84, 85 we were seeing from some of the merchants the other day as Rios goes around on a pitch 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's showcasing multiple pitches, and, you know, that's the big reason why.
A ball and 2 strikes. Acosta looking for strikeout number 5. Pitch to Rios is lunged at, popped right side. Trouble back behind the first base bag. The second baseman, Barbour, going into foul territory, slides and makes the catch in foul ground. A tremendous play by the second baseman.
I mean, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable play by Jake Barbour. They tell you growing up, you know, anything that a first baseman has to go back on is going to be the second baseman's ball. He was going back, but not by much. That all day is Ryan Lordier's ball, and he just wasn't confident. I don't know. Never got to the spot. Never even looked like he tried to get to the spot. And Barbour came out of nowhere to make the catch.
Here's Ben Royo, who waves over the top of a first pitch breaker. 0-1. The Crawdads shortstop is 0 for 1. Flew out to deep center field his first at bat. Crawdads 2, Seagulls 3 here in the fourth. Acosta, the righty, in his fourth inning of work, got the start and delivers the 0-1. Royo pops it up. Medium deep center field coming in. Now sprinting in the center fielder Tinsley, but it's going to be the right fielder Hanson that crashes in to make the catch for out number 3. The Crawdads get a run on Isaiah Walker's second home run of the year. 3-2 the score as we head to the fifth. Top half of the fifth inning. EJ McGrew back out for his fifth inning of work. The last time he went 5 innings in a Crawdads uniform was just about a year ago, July 7th against the Alameda Anchors. Went 5 shutout innings. And this is the first time he's worked into the fifth this summer. Good to see.
Yeah, he's kind of struggled later in his outings.
Top of the lineup, Josh Hanson watches the first pitch. Changeup at the knees, 0-1.
In the later innings of his outings, he's gotten through 3 pretty good, and then the fourth he struggled with a little bit.
0-1. Hanson takes a little low, a little in, 1-1.
But all 3 runs coming in that third inning. A couple of bloop base hits, a couple of hard hit balls, a ball to Royo that could have been caught.
Backdoor slider on the 1-1. Pretty perfect spot, 1-2.
Wasn't an error on Royo, but I mean, so close to being an out. A couple things go his way in that inning, and we're looking at only 1 run scored. So
1-2. Swing and a miss. Back to the slider up again. Second strikeout for EJ McGrew.
I'd say that this is some of the best that we've seen EJ McGrew look this summer. It's just strike after strike after strike, competitive pitch after competitive pitch. That's what we've been waiting for with EJ McGrew. We said it all last summer. We said we've seen flashes, even if it's just, a spurt of a couple of batters.
This one tapped to third. Walker gives it a look, but it's foul. Off the bat of Isaiah Landry. 1 for 2 with a line out and an RBI single.
Even if it is or was just for a couple of batters, we saw the flashes. And while he struggled in a couple of starts this summer, he's looked really, really good.
0-1. Tap towards the right side. Foul. 0-2. Yeah, EJ last summer, really, it was a couple big outings. It was one against the Stompers where he gave up 5 runs in 3 innings. One against Lincoln where he gave up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning, as the 0-2 is up and away. But outside of that, he was tremendous. And as the year progressed, he got better. Over his last 12 innings of last summer, he gave up just 3 runs. 1-2. Grounded up the middle. Royo over to his left. Cuts it off. Throws high to first, and that's just a lazy throw by Ben Royo.
Yeah, a little too nonchalant. Trying to make it look smoother than it needed to. And just sails the throw. Arm got under him. That is tough.
Here's Ryan Lordier, the first baseman. 1 for 2, rounded out to Royo, and then singled back in his first at bat. Runner on first, Landry, good speed over there. First pitch, Lordier grounds it to the right side to Fazio. Over, can't cut it off as it goes into right field. The dribbler for a base knock.
Just unfortunate. Had that play been made by Royo, the pitch before, that ground ball would have been fielded. Corner or the middle of the infield is pinched towards the second base bag in double play depth. DeFazio shaded towards the second base bag, had no chance at it. He would have, but he didn't. And now EJ McGrew needs another ground ball.
Here's Andrew Tinsley on RBI single back in his last at bat. This first 4 in the lineup for the Seagulls, all really, really solid. First pitch, grounded to third, could be 2. Walker, gloves on a hop, throws to second 1. DeFazio, return throw to first, in time, inning-ending double play. Around the horn go the Crawdads. The error and the single are erased. A scoreless frame for EJ McGrew. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Crawdads trail by 1. Bottom half of the 5th, the Crawdads trail by 1. Angel Acosta still on the mound, and he's been really, really good. 8-9-1, Beasley, DeFazio, Wolbert due up in the Crawdads lineup, and all of a sudden, the Crawdads catching position and the depth that is added to the lineup, you're starting to feel a little more confident with the back third. Nikhil Beasley doubled in his first at-bat, leads off the 5th with the bases empty. First pitch from Acosta. Beasley watches a slider on the outside corner called strike 1.
Sure, I mean, Rios in the lineup today, along with Beasley. The first time all year we've seen two catchers in the lineup. That tells you something. Really does.
0-1. Slider bounces 1-1. Last year we saw it a lot. Sam Gilliam and Nico Button would often play. Gilly was a true designated hitter.
Ryder Helfrich at the end of the year.
There was a 3-catcher lineup at some point. I honestly kind of forgot about that. But it was, you'd have Nico Button behind the plate, Ryder Helfrich at second or in center, and then Sam Gilliam DHing. And that's something that is a luxury and a half
Absolutely.
for CCL teams. Acosta takes a long time, but now ready, and the 1-1. Beasley watches a slider up high, 2-1. That was the real kind of puzzle piece that clicked for Brant Cummings last year that has not clicked in the past, because the catching in 2021, 2022 was just not great. And to be honest, for a while, that's what it looked like was going to be the case this year. But the guys have really stepped it up. 2-1, Beasley fouls it off the fist, right side. Lordier gives it a look, but it'll go foul, 2-2.
Yeah, and, if you looked at the numbers, you'd see, okay, Beasley's got pretty good numbers. Rios is certainly done really well in conference, and Owen Firestone has struggled a bit numbers-wise, but hit 2 balls really, really hard yesterday, right at guys. An unfortunate day for him yesterday, but he's starting to get it going. And obviously we know about him defensively, how good he is, the game that he calls.
2-2, down and away, 3-2.
It's tough to find production at the plate from the catching position, and these guys are producing.
The 3-2. Beasley lunges out, lines it into left field. That's a base knock. Put the bat on the ball and make something happen. A 2-for-2 day for Nikhil Beasley.
He's halfway to the cycle with 2 strikes protecting there. Able to land it softly in left field. Not quite the same exit velocity as his double in the second, only 68 off the bat. But a hit is a hit is a hit, something like that you say. And he'll take that every day of the week.
And a leadoff base runner for the Crawdads with Nico DeFazio, who struck out back in the second, 0-for-1. Acosta's first pitch to him here is tapped towards the third base side over by the Seagulls dugout, where they've got one guy starting to stretch out. We really, really wanted to see Dwyer Lewis today.
Yeah, we saw him the second game of the year. It was the Seagulls opener.
Yeah.
At least in conference play. He was good. He's been good. He hasn't gone less than 7 innings in a start this year.
0-1, Beasley goes. Acosta steps off. His throw is not in time to kill Beasley. Speed Demon, get in there.
That's a stolen base. Yeah, he was going way before Acosta was even thinking about coming towards the plate. And I think Acosta was just so surprised. You don't see catchers with wheels. And Beasley picking and choosing the right time to go. And get some help from the high throw from Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta's throw was kind of lazy. He stepped off and thought he had more time than he did. No balls and a strike. 2 to Fazio now. Ooh, watches a curveball. Actually foul tipped it. Looked like it hit off the knob of the bat.
I couldn't tell, honestly. I thought it, yeah, I guess it did get the foul ball, then got a piece of Shane Stanley, too. Ouch back.
Have you looked at Shane Stanley's numbers this year? Not the offensive ones.
Defensive?
Looked at how stupid he's been when he's come in to close games for them?
No.
Go give it a look. And, oh, no, it's not a good time for a look-see, but I'll let you give that one a look.
Okay.
No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Beasley on second after the stolen base. And an 0-2 hole for DeFazio. Right? Acosta ready. The 0-2. Check swing, foul, back to the screen. We'll do it again.
He can do it all.
Yeah.
He's a good catcher, and in 7 scoreless innings, has struck out 11.
Yeah.
He issued 3 walks, 3 hits. That's
It's legit.
pretty awesome.
And I think it's against, like, Sonoma a couple times, too, right? I could be
Couple-
wrong.
Once against the Stompers, twice against the Legends.
0-2. DeFazio skies it, right center field deep, but in the park, Josh Hansen, the right fielder, circles under it. Beasley fakes the tag from second as Hansen comes up firing. Throw is wide of third, but Sundar goes down to a knee to get it for out number 1. The Legends are a good team. The Stompers are a good team. Like, that's not nobodies that he's shoving against.
Yeah, the Legends have certainly struggled a bit down the stretch, but there's still a lot of talent. See it in the showcase game. Emmett Finney highlighted in the showcase game. That's awesome. But to be able to do that and catch is pretty crazy.
He's been really good.
He pitched 2 innings yesterday.
Yeah.
And is catching today.
Here's Mark Wolbert, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, Wolbert digs one out into the Crawdads dugout, nothing in 1. No action in the Crawdads. No, just there. That was just not true.
There's multiple.
Yep. Nope.
Just single action.
And it would. I'm done. Might be my career.
It's the WWE future superstar.
Yeah. No balls and a strike. Wolbert takes just a little tight. 1-1.
Media Day was awesome.
Media Day was really awesome.
We
this
got to
year.
learn a lot about the guys.
Yeah.
Especially Bronzini, who's warming up down there. He's a character and a half. Love him.
Beasley a short lead off second. The Crawdads trail it 3-2 here in the 5th. The 1-1 to Wolbert. Curveball flied left side, slicing towards the line. Tinsley, the left fielder, over. It's actually Landry who goes into a slide but does not make the catch. He trapped it. 1-2. Shane Stanley, maybe my favorite player in the CCL.
You see, like, two-way guys. Jackson Bird plays the outfield on the days that he's not pitching, sometimes DHs. I don't think I've ever seen a two-way catcher.
Well, there's one really famous one that did it for a couple years at a smaller school, then transferred to a bigger school, and is now really good.
And I feel like I should know who it is.
Definitely should. The 1-2 to Wolbert is taken down low 2-2. Anybody? Matt?
No?
Guys, Paul, thank you. Who was it down there?
It's Paul Skeens?
Yeah, Paul Skeens.
Really?
At Army.
Oh,
Catcher,
yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah, you're
Who was
totally
it?
right.
Who's down there? Come join us.
Air Force?
Or did I say Army? I meant Air Force. Thank you. Here's the 2-2. Wolbert watches high and tight, 3-2.
Paul is awesome.
Really solid.
I wish I was Paul.
Shane Stanley, 11 strikeouts in 7 innings. That's awesome. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Crawdads right fielder. Beasley creeps off second. Now the 3-2 is grounded right side, right at the first baseman, Lordier, who picks it on a short hop as Beasley moves up to third. Lordier records the putout.
Pretty good battle right there with 2 strikes. And a tough pitch because Wolbert's got a swing at it. Really nicely located, curveball below the zone. And with 2 strikes, you're not exactly mad with that because he was able to, of course, fight a couple off and at the very least, move Beasley up 90 feet. So ball gets to the backstop, he could score.
Now a big spot for Casey Cummings, who grounds the first pitch to the left side. Sundar has trouble, spins, throws to first just in time to get Cummings, and a nice play by the third baseman for the Seagulls. The Crawdads get a leadoff single, move him to second on a steal, move him to third on a ground out, but can't bring him home. We'll go to the 6th, 3-2, Crawdads trail. Top half of the 6th inning, the Crawdads trail 3-2. A new pitcher for Walnut Creek. It's the big lefty, Nick Bronzini. You're so locked. It's the big lefty, Nick Bronzini.
Sorry. 3.65, making his 6th appearance of the summer. 12 and a third, 23. Yeah, 23 strikeouts, only 7 walks, 11 hits. Really awesome.
Ethan Roan leads off, right-handed hitter. Takes the first pitch, fastball, up and away, ball 1. The report on him coming into the summer was he's a high walk, high strikeout guy. We've seen one of those things, and it's the one we want to see.
Yeah, 23 and 12 is
2-0.
I don't know what the K per 9 is on that.
It's about 18. It's a little under 18.
Is that good?
It's not bad.
And that's a pretty good sample, too.
2 balls and no strikes. Bronzini, the lefty, fires a fastball right down the middle, 2-1. Roan, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 with a walk.
I was talking to Owen Firestone yesterday about just guys who he likes catching on this team, and he said Bronzini was one of them.
2 balls and a strike. Fastball swung on and missed, 2-2.
He said Bronzini has 3 different fastballs, and they kind of just come at different times whenever. Sometimes it's cutter, sometimes it's more straight, sometimes it got the arm side movement.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the designated hitter, Bronzini, an exaggerated weight. Now he delivers. Pitch misses inside, 3-2.
That could certainly be a reason for the swing and a miss, and not even the swing and miss. So many weak ground balls. Gets in on the hands of righties with the cutter that he's got.
3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fastball deleted him on the outside corner. First batter, first K for Nick Bronzini.
Yeah, 91.
Whoa.
Yeah. Right past him. And that one looked like it had some arm side run to it. Nice pitch.
Here's Jake Barbour, second baseman, 0 for 2, struck out and tapped out to McGrew. McGrew's final line, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. All of them earned, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Unfortunately for him, leaves in line for the loss. Lefty on lefty, Bronzini ready. First pitch. Fastball, outer black, 0-1.
Bad day to be a left-handed batter. Two really, really tough at-bats with McGrew and Bronzini. Got a feel for Jake Barbour and the other lefties in the lineup.
No balls and a strike. Bronzini waits and delivers. Slider zips off the outside edge, 1-1. The Crawdads trail 3-2 here in the 6th. Have won the last 2 after a tough 3-game stretch, which really is just so crazy to say. 1-1. Fastball grounded to first. Kosciuszko dives to get it. Gets up, runs to first, and retires Barbour by a step.
He's a little too good over there. Like, it is pretty awesome. You usually don't see first basemen be able to make plays like that. He's athletic. He can move. That is scientific.
Yeah. Mucho. Here's Nav Sundar. 0 for 2 with a fly out to deep center field and a ground out to second base. Bronzini's retired the first 2 he's faced. A high set from the lefty. Nods off his catcher Beasley twice. Now the first pitch to Sundar. He's down and in with a slider, 1-0. 3-2 Crawdads trail here in the 6th. Nice breeze here at Montevista. It's like really
So
nice out
awesome.
right now. It's sometimes I forget why I like baseball. Today is not one of those days. The 1-0. Sundar takes a fastball right down Broadway. Bronzini looks like he's got a little extra on him
It's
today.
89 to 91. That one at 90. You can hear him. He's grunting a little bit. And the grunt adds 2 or 3.
A ball and a strike. Bronzini from the windup, as he's been this whole inning. Kicks and delivers. Down and in. 2-1.
Scientifically proven that if you grunt, you'll add 2 or 3 miles an hour
Yeah.
to your fastball.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask science.
Yeah. Bill Nye.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the 6th. Bronzini against Sundar, lefty on righty. Sundar's got the handedness advantage, but Bronzini's got the stuff. 2-1. Just a little outside, 3-1.
Yeah, that's a ball, but a good pitch. Arm side run from Bronzini. And, yeah, Sundar is a righty, but I don't know if that, like you said, I don't think that makes it an easier at-bat because Bronzini can come in on the hands with a cutter at 91 miles an hour.
3-1. Fastball, just a little high, ball 4.
I don't know. Didn't need to be. Pretty good pitch. Top of the zone. Tip your cap, I guess. Good take.
That'll bring up Kai Holm, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Looks like we've got a pretty solid fan section here. Dahl said he gave out about 50 tickets today, which is solid.
It's got to be close to the most we've had
This year, definitely.
Last year we had over 100 a couple of times.
Yeah. Kai Holm, 0 for 2, first pitch to him. Fastball on the outer black, 0-1.
If you're not here, what are you doing? I mean, listening to the broadcast,
Hopefully, yeah.
which is awesome,
Come on out.
especially when it's not 105 degrees.
Right, yeah.
This is a nice
You know
day.
what? We would trade listeners for having people here.
100%.
0-1. Down and in on a back foot slider, 1-1.
But we do appreciate you tuning in this way as well.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Especially the people that listened yesterday. You know, we appreciate everyone that's
Yeah.
listening right now, but if you listened like yesterday,
That's a real fan.
that's a real, yeah. The 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1-2. Yeah, if you listened yesterday, you love your kid.
Or us, or voices? No.
I mean,
If you
could've
stayed
been-
through the top of the 9th, you had to be.
you had to really love your kid. Like my parents weren't tuning in the 9th yesterday. They told us that.
Yeah. But especially how you started.
I don't know what you're talking about. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bronzini from the stretch looks over to Sundar at first. Now the 1-2 is right down the middle with a slider called strike 3. Froze him. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Sandwich a couple other events. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Crawdads trail 6-2. The Crawdads trail by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Kosciuszko, Walker, Camberg. That is a trio in the lineup that inspires confidence. Did you hear what I said?
It inspires confidence, and I 100% agree.
Cole Kosciuszko, 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. First pitch he sees is off the outside and low, 1-0.
It's a scary part of the lineup. I'm scared, and I'm in the booth.
Yeah. The 1-0. Still Angel Acosta on the bump. Kosciuszko slashes it the other way over the Seagulls dugout. Almost sat on the Seagulls dugout, 1-1. The Crawdads 4 hits, 1 error committed, 2 runs. For the Seagulls, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. 1-1. Big breaker, drops a little too high, 2-1. Acosta looks in over the glove. Now the 2-1. Kosciuszko darts away from a fastball off the inside, 3-1.
Advantage count. I want to see him get aggressive here. Been a while since he's hit a homer.
Yeah. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Acosta ready. The 3-1 to Kosciuszko. Is a fastball on the outside. Strike 2 called.
Surprised he didn't pull the trigger. 86 center cut. This is happy zone.
See what he goes to on the 3-2. Acosta delivers. Kosciuszko grounds one softly towards second. Barbour, the second baseman, up with it. Tosses over to first and retires Kosciuszko for out number 1.
Hit it solid. Just straight into the ground. Pretty good swing.
This is awesome.
What?
This is awesome. The music for Isaiah Walker.
Yeah,
I'd never heard that one.
yeah, you have.
I can't remember like hearing that one.
You said
Have
that
I
last
done
time.
that same reaction? Yeah, that checks out. Walker 1 for 2 with a home run and both runs batted in. First pitch misses high and tight, 1-0.
Very selective you are.
Yeah. Very. Mucho.
Isn't it?
Huh?
Is that right?
What? 1-0. Line to third right at Sundar, who reaches down to get it for out number 2. How hard was that hit?
99.
That's it?
Yeah.
Still a barrel. Still a good at bat. Here's Aiden Camberg.
Isn't it muy?
I don't know. I don't speak Spanish.
Okay, then why?
I just know mucho means much.
But muy is very.
Sure.
And that's what.
Here's Aiden Camberg. Watches the first pitch fastball dip below the zone, 1-0.
Whatever.
You're definitely right. I'm not
So you're. Okay.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
100%.
He admits it.
1-0. Camberg swings over a changeup, 1-1.
Good pitch.
The Crawdads trail 3-2. 1-1. Camberg takes just a little tight, 2-1. Camberg 0 for 2. The numbers overall don't look great. Put in that game. The game that needs to be put in for the Crawdads when they lost a couple days ago.
Come on, Alameda. Come on.
2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Camberg is on the inside, 2-2.
I don't blame them because point streak can be so difficult.
And I heard their point streak guy called out that day, and so they put a player on point streak, which is never a good move.
No.
Deuce is wild here in the 6th. The pitch, Camberg lunges at it and taps it into the Crawdads dugout. We'll do it again. I had to manually insert some stats for the Crawdads the other day into point streak. That was...
It was fun.
Wasn't the word I was going to use. Acosta's ready, the 2-2. Up high, ball 3. I did not think that was ball 4. Yes, I did. Don't tell anyone. Now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If there were runners on, they'd be going, but there aren't. Here's the 3-2. It is outside, ball 4. I was watching the replay. Just the second walk for Acosta here in the 6th. He's been really good.
Yeah, and Camberg, nice job there. It can be frustrating. He had the bat taken out of his hand in his last at-bat, and just puts up a good one right there. Does what he does. This guy walks.
He also hits balls really hard.
That too.
But he does love taking a good walk. Who can blame him? Here's Xavier Rios, who's 0 for 2. First pitch, a little up, a little away maybe. 1-0. Rios has had a hit taken away from him in one at bat, and then hit a ball really hard in the other. A ball and no strikes. Fastball on the outside. Snap throw back to first is just a little late. Camberg dives back safely. 1-1. Back in the second inning, in his first at bat, he flew one deep to center field, and then in his second one, popped one up behind first base, and the second baseman Barbour made a crazy play in foul territory. A ball and a strike. Acosta set. Now to Rios. Fastball up high. Another snap throw back to first. This one just a little late again. 2-1. Shane Stanley threw 2 innings yesterday.
He's throwing strikes over there to first. I mean, those are on the button. Right on a dime.
Call it Nico.
Sure.
Wait, it's on a button.
Yeah.
Nico button.
Yes, I got it.
2-1. Rios watches the pitch in towards the hands. 3-1.
I like Camberg seeing how far he can get off, extending as much as possible.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rios sits the bat on his right shoulder. Now ready, as is Acosta. The 3-1, Camberg runs. Rios swings and misses. Stanley throws down to second, not in time. Camberg in with the steal, and it's a 3-2 count to Rios. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Camberg on second with good speed. Rios has been hot. Coming into the game, 9 of his last 24 with 4 extra base hits. The 3-2. Runs tight, ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
Big. Get something going with 2 down. First 2 guys of the inning. Cole Kosciuszko, Isaiah Walker out pretty quickly. And Camberg able to draw it. Full count. Get the walk. Xavier Rios doing the same.
Dom Sebastiani out to the mound. It might be the day for Angel Acosta, and it looks like it will be. Seagulls righty has been good. Sebastiani, actually, it's just a meeting on the mound, it looks like. Right now, Acosta at 94 pitches, and it's going to be the day